Hello guys and welcome to another ProfileTree Wix tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a one-page website. So yes, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so as you can see in front of us we've got a very blank canvas, and this is where we're going to be building our one-page website. So if you guys could see this. So right in front of you, we've got sort of what we would like for our website or our one-page website. So I've shown this in the previous video, but I'm going to show it in this video as well, as it sort of makes sense for us too. So just say if you were trying to make a portfolio for yourself, it would make sense to have a one-page website. This here is sort of just going to be explaining the sort of base or foundation of what we could do. So as you can see, we've got like a home, a services, blog, about, or contact. So we can sort of compress that to have or to be in one page. You can have that within the hero section. You can have it within events, promotions, advert, and showcase. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create it now. So we'll get that off the screen. Okay, so firstly we're going to want to start off with our header, as we need a menus item and we also need a logo and maybe some socials. So we'll go ahead and do that. So first one I want to do is create a logo. Now you can create logos yourself using the Wix logo maker, and you get one free logo, especially if you're premium. So that's maybe something you should note, or you could create something in Photoshop if you want to, or you could use, which I'll be doing, as just using one of the elements. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop one of these in. Maybe increase my header size a little bit there so it's not too short. And I'm going to try to build something to do maybe like a nature website. So I'm going to change that to vector art. Vector art has a lot of different options, especially with what you can create for your logo. So say if I wanted to do something nature, I'll get a bunch of different options for nature, as you can see. So that's all defaulted by Wix. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe pick this one. Try to make it nice and colorful. Add that to page. Okay. Didn't like that there, so I'm gonna try that again. Okay, just checked it there. Just really did not want me to have that logo, so we're just gonna stick with this one, which we had in our previous video. So we'll just change the design, just try to make it maybe something along with the color green. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. We'll stick with that. So we've got our logo in place. Now we're going to need a header, or we're on our header. We're going to need a, let's see. So we'll actually drop that strip down. We do have our strip in there. Okay, we're going to add our menus item. So we'll go ahead and search for that. Or you can find that here in the menu and anchor. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag and drop one of these. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. We'll go ahead and stick with that. And what's good about it is you can design it as well. You just change the text. Try to go for something nice here. Maybe increase the width. Let's see, maybe overlap. Yeah, that looks a little nicer. We'll go with that one. And I can also create a sub menu if I wanted to. So we'll try to find out what color this was, the one that I picked out. And we'll try to replicate that for the other one. So the color in that one is this one. So we're gonna go ahead and copy and paste that. Oh, so we got it there. So as I've shown in previous videos as well, you're able to change the color of the text or change the text name, or yeah. So we can go ahead and add and apply that same color. But I want to maybe keep it black, but when you hover over it, it changes to green. Same applies when it is clicked on. Okay. That to me looks good. Now, maybe we could change our menus pages. Our site menu, we can say explore more. So I've got these already in here. Go ahead and delete that. Add another blank page. And then we could try to maybe sub-page that as well. Just so I could show you what it would look like if you had a sub-menu design. Click on this, go there. So sub-menu background, we'll change up the color green. We'll edge out the area there, we'll apply a shadow, sure, why not? Same as that, happy enough with that. Okay. And maybe want to make it so that the background is maybe a little bit lighter in color. So maybe a lighter green. What's good about this as well is you could adjust the menus item or menus bar as well. So now that we've got that listed up as well, so we're happy with this. Now I want to maybe add some socials, so we could do that as well. Especially if I want to link socials. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Something like this I'm happy enough with. Go ahead and click on that. Alright, so there's our social links. We'll go ahead and adjust that to size. So let's just say icon size is probably about 15. Maybe too small. Maybe stick to 20. Okay. And we could just have that at the bottom here. And maybe adjust this down a little bit more. Double click on that. Okay, so that looks good for a sort of header design. What I could probably do is change this vector to white. Let me see what we do with that. Maybe change the design to white. And then change the strip background to that green color. And change this to, we'll keep it black, but maybe change that to white. When clicked. Makes a lot more sense. Okay, so that to me looks okay. I'm happy enough with that simple header design. So now moving on. So we can add a section here, which we'll do so. And for this section, I'm just gonna go ahead and have a blank section. Okay, And then we're going to have an element and we're going to use a strip. We'll just use a, see, you can use a plain white background if you want to, or you can use some of the ones that they have. So there's something close to nature there on the top, this one as well. So you could just scroll down, have a look, maybe something like this. Okay, and then just adjust that up. You could change that strip background. So as you can see, we've got different colors that you could choose. Images, videos, maybe we'll go for something to do with the video. Just try to look for a nature background one. Something green. That one looks good. We'll go ahead and go for that one. Okay. Of course, if you're not happy with the video background, let's just say, and you wanted to just go for an image background, you can do so. And then you can just type in nature. And I'm sure you'll get a bunch of different options as well for nature, which is great. So let's see, something. Of course, if you don't find the right one, you just click outdoor. Looks like we're going further away from what we're looking for. We'll just go ahead and click on this one. This one looks okay. I'm happy enough with that. Plus it's got a wee camper van at the back. So that's pretty cool. So once you're happy enough with that, you've got a great list of different options as well. As you can see, we've got some background scroll effects. So I'm just going to choose for the good old parallax. And I can adjust this accordingly. Adjust this as well. Okay, so I'm happy enough with that, with what I've got. So that's one part done. What you can also do, so just so you're keeping in track with everything, you just preview it just to see how it looks. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And as you can see, our header is going with the website. We want to make sure we don't have that. Preferably, I want to make sure it disappears or scrolls with the site. Yeah, that looks good to me. And okay. So for this one as well, I'm gonna maybe give it some shape divider as well, just so it's gonna try to see if I can create something with it. Let me see. You've got a list of different options. We'll go for something maybe like the eclipse. We'll change it to the background of the website. Maybe just tone it down a wee bit, or just have it at 50. And we're gonna wanna run that inverted. So as you can see, so it sort of adds a fluid design to the site. Now, especially if you don't like the edginess to this container, so as easy as click on the design, and you can change the border as well. So just say maybe we want to keep that green, and then let's say maybe we want to edge up that corner a little bit just so that it's not too harsh. You could do also the same with the layout as well for the button. Same thing, you can change that to 5px as you can see, and then I could change that color to green just so it matches with the entire website. So let's see what, I'll have a look at what text I put in for that. So overclock, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for this. Sorry guys. Just seems like it doesn't want to cooperate with me here. Okay, so I got it. There we go. Go to text. See if we can find it. Overclock. There we go. Perfect. Could make that bold. We'll just keep it the way it is. And we want to change our background fill to green. Okay. Looking good already. And we haven't even done that much as well. So, now, moving on. The best way to make sure you keep on track, especially if you're creating one-page websites, is to always make sure you name your sections. So this one is going to be named as a hero section. So we'll just keep it as hero. And now I want to add another section. So this time I could be saying I want to do some promotionals, or let's just say there's a list of different things that you can add onto this, especially with if you're a bit unsure with blank sections. Okay, so we're going to maybe do something along the lines with adding another strip. So we'll do that. And let's see. We'll go ahead and drag and drop this one. This one looks pretty good. Well, we don't want to go for the footer there. Maybe add another section. Keep it a blank section, and then add your strip. Make sure you guys do that. Okay. Okay, so I'm happy enough with that. Double tap on that. So from this, I can change the column background. Nature. Okay, we can have it like that. Change the column background on this one as well. Again, do nature. Can have that one maybe. Okay. So this could be like our area, our service area, or you could probably be making a sort of like a camping zone or whatever maybe for your area. So let's see here. Okay, we'll just go for the picnic one. Cool. So you could just say explore with us. And we'll change that to color green. Change that as well to color green. This one, what can we have for this one? Do an overclock as well. Green. And we'll have this one green. And we could put down for this one, back with us. There we go. What's this one here? What's that? What text is that? That's overclock as well. And then maybe for this one, just thinking of something random here at this rate, just so I can just get this site going. Okay, we'll change up the color green. And then we'll do the same for this. Color green as well. So there you go. That's another area that we are having here. But this would more or less probably be better for somewhere in the middle. of the area. So we could just have this maybe as, so we have shop, with those, book with those things to do. Okay, so we could maybe section that as the shop. So I'm happy enough to do that. Now we need to create like an explore page, or we'll do that as an explore. And then normally as well, so if we had another blank section, you would have an area where you would be maybe talking about like an about us. So from here we'll probably add an element, we'll add a text, we'll go ahead and add that there. Well, just before we do that, we're gonna do it with a strip, just as I find it a lot easier with this. Go ahead and click on the strip, adjust it to size, double tap on that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and change out the layout, add 2 columns. I'll want it to have 2 columns. Then for this one, we'll add our, say, our paragraph. As you can see, we'll add our paragraph. And then maybe here we can add a title, so like a big title. We'll have that along here, saying about us, find out more. Decrease that one in size. Increase this one in size, probably about 60. And then again, of course, change that to the overclock while giving it that green look. Maybe make it bolder as well. Did that change it? Did not. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And then this one, change that to the overclock as well. And then we can have that green. Now this isn't really the best way to do it. You can obviously have 2 sections for it, but I'm happy enough to keep it that way. And of course we're going to add some decoratives, maybe a line, like just a little vertical or a horizontal line, something thick enough, maybe like this. Want to have it around here. Of course, shrink it down just so it looks a lot nicer. Change the color again, have that as a green. Alright, looking good, looks okay. And then maybe want to bring this down a notch, or I'll probably just keep it all white spacing. And then what's cool about this, we'll just get some random text on there. Okay, we're going to toss some text in here, so that will do. And then we're going to go ahead and click on the overlook again, having that color green. Okay, maybe just increase the sizing of that, maybe even jump it up to 20. Let's see what we got. It really doesn't like this, does it? There we go. Okay, so say you did want it like that as well. What you can have in the background, if you don't want the background to completely change color, of course, since we've got some white spacing going on, the best way you could do that is just add a container. So we'll go ahead and add a container just to like give the reader sort of like an area where you could direct their attention. So if we go in toolbar, you can adjust this to where you want it to be. So you can send that the back. For the container, we want to send that to back. As you can see, just put that to back. And just in case for this one, you can send that to front, but it's already at front. So thank you very much, Toolbox. And we'll just increase that. maybe adjust this down a little bit so there's a little bit more white spacing, and maybe reduce that in size since it's not too drastic. So we've got our container in the background. You can design that as well, so you can change that up a little bit. So say we wanted it white maybe, or not white, maybe, let's see, keep it green. Oh, sorry, I was meant to be on the background there. So we'll keep it green. And as well as that, you can try to make it opaque as well if you wanted to. As you can see, we're just going to keep it as is. Now we can change the radius because it's a little bit too edgy for me. And maybe this one, just change the color of this one to white, just so it can stand out more. There you go. So that sort of shows that area. Of course, if it's too big for you, you can just adjust it to size. It doesn't have to be the exact same size as that, and it'll sort of show you what the middle of the container is. And you can just easily adjust that back up. So now we've got our about, as easy as just typing about us. Okay, so cool. So what we have now is we've got an area for our explore, we've got an area for about, and we need an area for contact and shop. So it's pretty much just trying to lay this out properly and just trying to make sure that it all looks nice and arranged. Of course, we're going to do the links last. So I'll show you everything about this as well on how to get rid of home, as we only need Shop Explorer since it's just a one-page website as well. So, okay, I'm happy enough with the greetings here. So that's our hero. We've got our header. So we'll go through the checklist. So we've got our header, we've got our hero, we've got an about us section, we've got an explore. So as I said, what's missing is the shop and contact. So we'll go ahead and do another one. So we'll go ahead and add a section. I'm just going to keep this a blank section. And I'm actually just going to specify that it's a blank section just because I want some white spacing. Sure, there's other ways to do this as well. So I'm just going to say blank. And for this one, I'm going to add another section. But this time, I want to maybe add a shop. So what could I look for? Something to do with a shop. So that might be perfect as well. So great thing about this is we could just adjust it to how we want. Here we are. So have you visited our in-store shop? So of course we can modify this. As you can see, and of course, let's find the center. There we go. Edit that text out as well. Try to find that overlock one. I keep messing up that name. Overlock. And then we'll go ahead and change it to green. That should change it straight away, hopefully. Yep. Try to keep it nice and short. And we'll of course change that to shop. Now what's great about this as well is if this is just like a flyer page or just, just a simple page. And of course, if you don't want to use Wix for your shop, you can also use especially if you've got another area linked to it, You can change this or create a button for it, or as you can see, you can add links, you can change a web address, put a URL to your actual store. If you're just trying to use this as like sort of a base, but you've also got like a shop that you want to keep, so you could do that as well. Or you can create the shop with Wix. So it's pretty much just personal preference to how you want to do it. So we'll change that background here. Go for another image, something to do with the nature. See if we can find something. So we'll try to tie it in with what we have here, with the camper van and so and so. So that's more like a promotional sort of thing. So especially if you've got this container box, you sort of want to get rid of it. We'll probably change that for a button. And we'll go ahead and click on. So there's there you go. There's a list of different options for what you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a button as well. So you don't have to use a button. You could use a image if you wanted to as your button. So it just depends on what you want to do with that. But for me, I shall choose the button. Let me see here. Try to pick a one that might suit the site a little bit more as well. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Increase that. So as you can see, as I've said before, you don't need to stick with the design that they show. There's other designs that you can pick from. So then what we want to do is change the design of that, customize design, background fill. And of course, if you can't see that, you just drag that up. Very, very easy to use, Wix. Okay, happy enough with that. So then now that's green. I can change the text as well. And what fonts do we have? So default fonts, but I want to go for the overlock one. Can make that bold as well. So that looks good to me. And of course, if you want to change the text, you could just click on text, explore or shop. There you go. So something as simple as that. So easy to generate, no fuss, no hassle. So that's sort of our shop area. So now we've got that ticked off, so we're happy enough with that. Now, lastly, what we can do is just add another section, and this will be for. So I'm just going to do a blank section again. I personally like to try to do this as it sort of just keeps everything arranged for me. So if you are wondering how I'm able to do that without dragging and dropping like this, or just dragging it and scrolling up and down, it's as easy as double tapping that, left click, and then easy enough. It just goes into that. Sort of tries to reduce the amount of white spacing, if you get me. So now that's done, we can add another section. And this one, I'm gonna have a blank section for that one. So you could start from scratch, where you would show a location, or you would show, a contact or whatever. Or you could do what I'm doing, well, what I will be doing, which is click on the add section, okay? And what do you know, we've got the contact. There's different designs that would suit your website. You don't have to go for this if you don't want to. You can start from scratch, which I can try to show you, or which I will show you, sorry. So say you didn't want to go for and do it from scratch, you could do so. So just go to add elements, you could just go to strip, click on that, click on the plain white one. I'm happy enough with that. And then from here, you can just change the layout, add a few columns, because we want to make sure we've got a few columns going on, especially if we've got 4 different areas of contact. Let's see, so we'll click on manage columns, and then add 4 columns. So you could do it this way. So you, for this section, you could say, you could offer up a contact number, a location, a map, or anything. So let's just say if you want to put a map on that one, let's see, where can we find a Google map? So if we search it up, especially if you can't find it, you can just use that search. So here we go, we've got maps. So that's in contact and forms. So we'll open up this add elements area again. So we've got maps. So say I wanted to use this one, I can do so and attach it into this column, as you can see. So that's attached to this column, and I can adjust it to size. So that's that. And I can also change the column background. Say if I wanted to add some border to it as well, you can change the color. As you can see, there's a way for you to change the color if you want to. Or you can go to settings and you can make it opaque if you want to do as well. So that's what's good about that. And what's cool about this is you can move it to different columns. So they pretty much make it easy for you, Wix, which is hence is why it's a great tool, I believe. So let's see. You can change the layout of that, which is good. Okay, let's see. Quick edit. Okay, so you can change the section background. So that's the whole thing. Okay. So that's one part that you can do. Especially if you want to have the background as well, you can add containers as well and modify them so you can have borders, which unfortunately I'm not able to add borders or like black borders. So you can continue and do that. As you can see, there's like contacts, order registration, donation, feedback, request, waiver, subscribe. So there's a list of different things you could do there. Or what I prefer to do, so I'll just delete this strip, is, so if I delete that entire section, I'll click on this, is just to actually pick one from the site or what they offer. So I'll just go ahead and click on this. So as you can see, that's got 4 columns and it's already done for me as well. And from that I can change my address, which is easy enough. And look at that, I don't even need to do the socials since it's already in. But of course, if you don't want the socials to be there, you could just remove that and have that as a map. So it's just dependent on you. And let's just say I did want to show more of my address. I could do add a section. I can create a blank section. And from this I can go to elements. And let's just say I want to go for a full width map. Something with color maybe, that looks good. I can connect that to the strip above. What's great about this is I can adjust it as well. So if it's too much for me, I can adjust that down, up and down. But that looks okay to me. So I'm happy enough to stick with that. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So of course you can change your address from here. And you can also change the address from here. So you can if you click on manage locations, you can change the address. It's as easy as you can. And then you can change the title as well. So you could do Nature NI, we'll just name the website Nature NI. And we'll just assume that people will know that logo is Nature NI. So you could change the, as I said, you can change the address there. You can add descriptions. You can even add links if you want to as well, which is cool. You can add multiple locations, especially if you have, say, a franchise with different areas. You can list out all your different shops throughout that state or throughout that city. So that's what's good about that as well. So we're pretty much nearing to the end here. So we've ticked off the shop, we've ticked off the explore, contact and about, and we also even have a hero. So now what I want to do is create my footer. So something probably easy or something simple. So we could say, instead of having this map below there, okay, I could just drag that down a little bit, okay, and I can, if I wanted to, add a element. So we'll just use a strip and we'll use the classic one again. Click on that, so that's there. I can also just drag and drop that to the footer. As you can see. And just before I actually add that in, I forgot to add a section in. So go ahead and do a layout. We can add columns. There you go. So for this one, maybe I want to have it so that's attached to the footer. Okay. There you go. Adjusted that down. And then from here, we'll just bring that up a little bit more. Okay, we'll just get rid of this map. Sort of just annoying me. Okay, we got that section in. Okay, and then our strip. Want to reduce the size of that. Okay, it's not cooperating as well. We'll delete that strip then if it doesn't want to. Alright, we'll try to add back that strip. Okay. Double click on this because there's too much white spacing. Change the layout, add a column, manage columns, add another column. Okay, so if I wanted to for this section, let's see. Go ahead and search on Google Maps. And then that'll bring me to a map. Okay, contact and forms. Really does not like me today. Okay, so I can go ahead and drag and drop one. Pick the pink one, sure, why not? And you can adjust that to size. And as you can see, it attaches to that column. And then you can do that throughout as well. So just change the column background. Let's see if I wanted that to be green. I can do so. Or if I wanted to keep it white, I can do so as well. And then maybe for this one, as you can see, I can have this one color green. Manage column on that one. Manage columns. Okay, it was there already. There we go. Can delete that one off. And from this one, I could just go ahead and copy and paste a vector out on that. Or depending on what, of course, whatever logo you have. Okay. And this section, I want to sort of maybe do a menus item. So let's see, what do we got here? Got our text, we'll put a big title in it, sure, why not? and then we're going to change that to menu. Can have it so it's got the overclock, or maybe for once we'll actually just stick with having this same, what's this one, Poppins extra light. Okay, we'll go ahead and look for you just so it ties in with top to bottom. Poppins extra light. Okay, reduce the size of that, looks a bit too big. Alright, so that's one area done. I can have this one state the fact that it is socials. Of course, I can manage that background again. Okay, and then I'll edit that to say social. Right, and then copy and paste this down. Increase that. Be enough of that. Copy and paste that again. And then, since the menu is a little bit bigger, we're gonna drop that down to 20. And this is where we can start changing our text out as well. So we have shop. We also have a explore. I think we had contact and we had an about. So there. And then what's great about this is you don't actually have to do this, hitting the enter button like that to space it out. The best way you could do this, just so everything's more fluid, is within the character and line spacing. Of course, it automatically gives you a line spacing that you'll probably prefer. But this time we're going to just go ahead and click on custom, and then we're going to state that to be 2 or maybe 2.5. Okay, looks good to me. And we'll try to maybe make that a little bit bolder so it looks better. Let's see. Okay, we can bold that up a little bit, make that nice and bulk. We can even change the color to green if we wanted to. There you go, like so. And for our socials, we can either have text if we wanted to. So that'll sort of bulk it out a bit. As you can see, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I think we have TikTok. Yeah. Change that down to 20. I'm happy enough with that. And then just because this one has more, we're gonna have it at 2 instead. And you're able to also make that bold and green. And 20, yes. So there we go, we've got that sort of area finished up. So that's looking pretty good. So we've got our, our footer. Of course, what's great about this as well for the Google Maps, you can change the design. So if you didn't really like that design at the start, you could change it up as well. As you can see, there's a list of different ones that you can pick from. And you can also change the little icon as well if you want to be different. So change the pin. As you can see, you can add your own pins. You can have that little alien if you want, a smiley face, or something like that maybe. And then you can choose its color as well, which is cool. So yeah, that's done. Now, if we preview this site, we'll go ahead and look at it. It's looking pretty modern from what I think. We've got some, as you can see, the sub page there. We've got an explore. So that's what you could do with sub pages, by the way, but it's completely unnecessary, especially if it's a one-page site. But that's just to show you how it would look, especially if you want to have that as a linkable item and just say it's linking to a shop page. You could do that instead. Now the problem is none of these links work, so we don't have anything that works, as you can see. There you go, that's just all text. So how can we fix that? So that's pretty easy enough. So let's just say if we click on the home, we'll go to manage menu. We don't want to show the home. You can just easily hide that if you click on the three dots. So now it's showing us shop, explore, contact, and about. Now, so since we've got these as pages, which we don't want, what we could do instead of that is just have it as links. So I'll show you that now. Okay folks, so we're on the last stretch for this site. So as I was saying there, as you can see, there's a shop page, new page, explore page, contact page, and about page. Now, we don't necessarily want pages as I said, this is a one-page website design. As you can see, if I click on shop, it'll bring me to shop. If I click on explore, it'll bring me to explore, or quote-unquote services. Same again for contact and about. Now, the way I can change that is if I click on back to editor and I go to the pages and menu. Here below, as you can see, we have add page, we've got a link, and we've also got a sub-menu title. So if we go ahead and click on the add link, now for this, we can choose it to go through a page, a web address, section or anchor, top or bottom page, document, and a couple of the other ones there. But I want to click it so it's for section or anchor. Now, this I want to go to the page home, and then I want it to go to shop. So if I click on done, that'll give me another one here, and it'll be called shop. Now there's going to be two here now, so there's going to be one for shop and then one for shop as well. Now you can choose to delete this if you want to, or you could choose to save it and just hide it from the menus, especially if you're wanting to convert this one page site to an actual site. You can do so, especially so you don't get rid of any of your changes, so you're only directly showing the user the shop page, as you can see. So I can go ahead and I'll duplicate that, and then I'm going to call that one explore. Then again, duplicate this and call this one contact. Duplicate that one again and call it about. So we've got three different anchored areas, and as I was saying earlier on, how it was important to name your sections so you don't get confused. That's one of the reasons why, as you can anchor them. So especially now we can change the link for anchor, this, and then change that to explore. Click on done. Contact, change the link for this one to contact, and about, change the link for that one to about. So if we exit off that, and then as you can see there's a more, so we want to get rid of that. All you need to do is for the pages just hide them or delete them. It's up to you how you want to do it. So that gets rid of our more, as you can see. So if I showed that and then I showed this one, if you pay attention to the top right there, if I hide this one, it gets rid of that. There's two abouts, we'll hide that one. Okay, so now if we go ahead and preview this site, our hover still works, but if we click on shop, instead of it going to another page, it's going to direct us to the same page onto that section, as you can see. And if we scroll up, this will bring us to explore. Scroll up, that'll bring us to contact. And for this one, it'll bring us to about. Okay. I want to show you another trick as well, especially if you want to specify to a section of your website. So usually it can't be a section, and usually you need to anchor somewhere else. I'll quickly show you how to do that. So let's just say we want to anchor in between these two. How can we do that? So we'll just click on Add Elements, and then we're gonna go ahead and search for anchor, as I can't find it there. Okay, so it's menu and anchor. If you click on the anchor button here, and you drag and drop, let's just say you want to have it so it's there. You can rename that as, we'll just name it as random, just to give you guys an idea. So just so you know, this is actually showing it from top to bottom. So it starts off from here to the top to the bottom. So just so if users are thinking, oh, I'm just gonna put this anchor here in the middle and that'll show this whole section, it won't. It'll be showing this on screen. So how can I show you this? So if I go to home or menu, pages and menu, and I just click on shop as a demonstration, I can change that link. And since we're on section or anchor, instead of clicking on a section, this time we're clicking on the anchor, and it'll show you the anchor button as well. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Click done. Okay, we'll go ahead and preview this. So as you can see, all the other links work. So as I was showing you earlier on, if I click on the shop, so the random or anchor link is here, and it's showing us this part of the page. So it can be specific to what you want. That's what's great about using the anchor, but preferably some people use the sections instead, as of course there's not really much area you would be showing a anchor if you needed to show you an area. So that's that. So yeah, I think that is about as much as I can explain for a one-page website. I think that sort of wraps up what we've learned today. So as you can see, you could still create a beautiful website without using multiple pages, but of course that's personal preference, whatever you want to do. So hopefully this video has helped. If you guys have any questions at all, just leave them down in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Thank you very much.